Assalamu alaikum. Well, I'm in a really good mood. I just watched a Tucker Carlson YouTube video. You can watch it. It's quite explosive now. Maybe I used the wrong term. But it's for that reason that I'm going to read you something I have already done lessons on from Surah Tawbah. And I just want to tell you that I'm going to send this to Tucker Carlson. I did some comments, but this is really, the American people really don't know much about religion. And he means well, So he's on a rampage now, anti-Israel rampage. And I know it's going to really grow. So I thought that I should get down to what I do best, which is read the Quran, so that you can put everything into perspective without being, let's say, on one side or another of a political issue, let's say a criminal issue. You should be on one side or the other, but it's not I'm trying to avoid anything. It's just that the Quran is so powerful. And if you don't have a basic idea of what's in it, you might as well not talk further. This is what I'm saying. So we're going to do Surah Tawbah. It's on page 204 of the Quran, the Arabic Quran, and then it's the last verse. And the verse, curiously enough, isn't it beautiful? It's 111, 111. It's like significant to me that it's all one ideology when you think about it. You might put different names in different places for different reasons in your confusion. But when you hear this verse, and I feel this is the ultimate Tawheed verse, I feel this one verse is better than, for dawah purposes, if you're interested, the Usul al-Thalatha, al-Usul al-Arba'a, Saudi has a manhaj, they have a way of doing things. Nothing wrong with it, but this is better, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, okay? I just love this verse so much. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون وعد عليه حقا في التوراة والإنجيل والقرآن ومن أوفى بعهدهم من الله فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به وذلك هو الفوز العظيم. Nothing can compare. Now, if you're an atheist, you'll just reject this totally because, you're brain dead, heart dead. But I think anyone else would say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now I'll translate it and see what you think. Allah has purchased from the believers themselves, their property, money, everything, amwalahum. Amwal means everything you have, because they have the paradise. They fight in the way of Allah. Yuqatiluna fi sabilillah. They fight in the way of Allah. And they kill. فَيَقْتُلُونَ. And they are killed. وَيُقْتَلُونَ. وَعَدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا. This promise of Allah is true And here it comes. Fi Taurati, in the Torah, wal Injili, in the Gospels, wal Quran. This is a true promise that came in all three revealed books. Whether you want to call it the Bible and the Quran, or the Old Testament and the New Testament and the Quran, Allah's telling you it's true. And then, وَمَنْ أَوْفَ بِعَهْدِهِ مِنَ اللَّهِ, and who fulfills more any covenant or any promise than Allah? فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا بِبَيْعِكُمْ. Istabshiru. It's not just basharu. It's istabshiru. Go forth with great confidence in your pledge of allegiance. That's what ba'ikum means. Where is your allegiance? It's to Allah, His books, and His messengers, and His message, which is La ilaha illallah. And then at the end, I'll just restate this. فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا بِبَيْعِكُمْ. Widely proclaim your pledge of allegiance. الَّذِي بَايَعْتُمْ بِهِ, that you pledged when you made your shahada. La ilaha illallah. وَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. And that is the most great victory. Fawzul Azim. Now, if you have a heart and a mind, you might be feeling a little bit uneasy now because things are coming, let's say, to a head, or they're coming to a faisal, something that's going to distinguish clearly, inshallah, what's happening here. We have the truth, which has not come forward well enough, and that has to do with Allah, of course. It has to do with Allah allowing it out, because one of Allah's names is Al-Fatah. He's the one that opens the door. The door, the way, means moving your mouth and your tongue and your heart so that you will be able to clearly deliver the message. We haven't had any of that. No, we have a lot of people with political imperatives. And that's the worst thing you can ever do, because Allah knows. He's very angry at people who have political imperatives. It's as though it's shirk. What do you think you're achieving now by not saying Allahu Akbar? Are you afraid? Well, right now, if you have any fear of your heart for anything other than Allah, you shouldn't be involved in dawah anyway. But I mean, these people who posture that they're doing something. Do you know what they're doing? The best of them are serving their community. Let's say that. I mean, there's various degrees of, shall we say, imams, masajids, shuyukh, Islamic schools, whatever. There's so many different models. But what they don't do is go forth in strength to the non-Muslims. The best of them serve their community. Yes, they will have Friday sermons and the khutbah, plural khutub, is the sermon, and they're enjoyable, let's say, but they're restricted. Yes, they're restricted, because if you want to keep your masjid open, you won't say that verse. That's one thing. No, they kill and they are killed. And this is in all Revelation. No, they won't say that verse. There's another verse they won't say. I'm going to give you that one next, because I'm really, I'm optimistic. You know, Tucker Carlson was fired from CNN because he didn't do what they told him to do. I'm very wary of journalists and any kind of journalism, and especially I'm wary of the media because the media is totally in a strangle chokehold, MMA type, for forever saying anything correct. Do I trust the media? Of course not. But I listen because it's enjoyable and I learn some things. Fortunately, I have a background to distinguish what I'm listening to. Most people don't. So I feel I do have a duty to come forward with what Allah tells me to do. بلغ الرسالة أدى الأمانة. What does that mean? Clearly proclaim the risala. What is the risala? It's the Quran revealed to Prophet Muhammad and the Hadith. Everyone's attacking the Hadith now. You know that you're moving on up when people, the more you are attacked, the better it is for your own certainty that you're winning. So, Quran and Hadith. And I studied it. So I have to do it. Why are there no men doing this? Prophet Muhammad said in the end of time, men would be like women and women would be like men. Prophet Muhammad also said at the end of time, women would rule without even consulting men. So, does Allah love this? Well, He's allowing it. But remember, in our aqidah, Allah allows what He does not love for purposes that He knows with His vast hikmah, wisdom, to achieve a greater good. Instead of worrying about whether or not Kamala Harris is back, will be back, will Michelle Obama come into the, Barack Obama now is taking a very big seat at the table. People love him because he's handsome and he's slick and he's smooth and he's funny. But he did pass the first gay marriage bill in Boston, Massachusetts. And I and my son voted for him because we didn't know about that at that time, about the gay rights marriage bill. I didn't really delve. Someone told me it was passed at the State House in the dead of night without any congressional oversight, like secretly you woke up one morning and there it was. I don't really remember, but as you can imagine, I'm against it, right? I mean, it's to the point now that if anyone says anything about this subject, right away they're going to accuse you of being a closet gay. I read 3 stories yesterday of men who complained about some books that were in the library and they didn't want their children to see it. Oh, right away, you're a child molester. There were 3 who were against, I call it the homo agenda. I don't care if you like it or not. It is what it is, okay? They accused all 3 of them. Oh, this one raped a little girl and this one. I shouldn't even be repeating this nonsense because it's all too obvious now. It's a war. It's a war against Allah's words in the Quran and against everyone else's modern public opinion. So I want to refer you now. Yes, it's only 14 minutes. Go back and scroll my videos. There are 7 of them where I point up with Quranic verses that Allah does not love homosexuality, that Allah forbids homosexuality. I have 7 verses from the Quran in different chapters. Do you think any imam has spoken about this from the minbar in detail? No, they have not, because I follow them. If you can bring me forward someone who has, post it on my comments. I don't know. I would be so happy. I'll just tell you there was an imam in Boston. I don't have to give names. I don't want to shame anyone. My son said, my mom wants you to speak about gay marriage from the minbar. And he said to my son, tell her to do it. See what I mean? Oh, the words of Prophet Muhammad are true. And that's why they're attacking the hadith now. But I'm still hopeful because I know that what do we used to say? When we were kids, we used to say, right will out, and might is right, and right is might. We had all these beautiful phrases when we were in school. And we believed in it. Now, these poor children coming up now, I think they're so burned out, and I mean that literally from smoking weed, and I mean it figuratively because they're exhausted. They have no guidance. Their parents aren't home doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I just so pity the youth. But you see, the beauty of all of this is Allah knows what's in their hearts. And He will guide whomever He will to the straight path. See, Islam makes you happy. You don't worry about things. And if you die, you're a shaheed and you go to the paradise forever. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.